I'll hit the road, it's me and my four-wheeler. Chase the tides out on the blue sea. I'm riding high and seeing is believing. I'm believing all while I am escaping with ET.
G'day, I'm ET and welcome to the show. Well, this week I'm fishing with Bumpa Bar Tim up here in North Queensland. He makes these incredible lures and look at this awesome trevally. Well, we've got plenty of action on the show. Have a look at what's coming up. This week we check out all the action of the Big Fish tournament.
18.5.
There it is. Oh!
While the GTs are on strike off Hinchinbrook.
Oh!
Oh, well, beautiful day here, Port Hinchinbrook. I'm heading out with Tim, who makes Bumpa Bar lures. Now, these are an incredible chrome lure, and he's got all these different tactics to catch awesome styles of fish. Got a couple of kids up here, and these two boys, well, they'll be doing most of the fishing and pulling in these big ones, hopefully. A beautiful boat and a good crew. Port Hinchinbrook lies midway between Townsville and Cairns in far north Queensland, right near the town of Cardwell. We're aboard New Moon Charters and skipper Rob McCulloch is taking us about 22 miles east of Port Hinchinbrook around Otter Reef. This is a big reef system where pelagics like mackerel and trevally feed, and young Jake and CJ are raring to go. Okay boys, come down. Let's grab a rod. Let's get into them. But I beat them to the punch. Oh, it feels nice, this rod. Yeah, this is what it's about. Jigging with Bumpa bars, awesome stuff. Tim's on over there as well. How you going, mate, all right? Ah, little Spaniard, little fella, right on the side. No wonder he felt hard. Meanwhile, Tim's tapped into the trevally.
Just a small gold spot trevally. Sometimes we get them up to about 30 pounds, really big fellas, but only little pups, so I'll let him go.
Jake's also hit the mark. What do you reckon, Jake? What do you think it is?
Trevally something.
Trevally? Been doing this before, I think. Oh, very good. Look at that, hey? Another little gold spot.
Andrew's one? Oh, nice fish.
Well, this feels pretty darn good. Woo! Very trevally-like. Took me about a quarter of the way up, I guess. It's got a bit of weight in him. We've tapped into a seam of gold spots, and they're nuggety fellas. Big gold spot trevally. Oh, beautiful. Ah, they're getting bigger.
Yeah.
Nice fish. Now, sometimes it's tough to tell the difference between these gold spots, GTs, and golden trevally. But Dr. Julian Pepperell has a few helpful hints.
The golden trevally is the only one that doesn't have teeth. In fact, its Latin name means toothless jaw, Nathodon. In the case of the giant trevally and the gold spot trevally, you need to look at the area between the two pectoral fins, the breast of the fish. In the case of the giant trevally, they have a naked breast, which means it doesn't have any scales, except for right in the middle, they have a little patch of scales, so you can feel that with your finger. In the case of the gold spot trevally, they don't have any scales in that area at all.
Oh, like a bullet. Tim's Bumpa Bar lures have already paid dividends this morning, and you can see why. The kink in the tail gives them a great action, especially at high speed. You can even double them up, which makes plenty of noise to attract the fish. We've doubled up our Bumpa Bars. It's getting down nice and fast. We're in 40-45 metres of water, so there's some nice fish marking on the sounder. We'll just work it near the bottom. Nice fast retrieve, drop it back down. Probably jig it a little bit more on this one. See what we're going to get. And the name Bumpa Bar, well, it all began 20 years ago when Tim couldn't afford real chrome lures.
The only thing that was around that we could get our hands of was car bumper bars. So we actually used to go to the car dumps and pull the old FJ Holden's bumper bars off in the forwards and whatever, and cut them up. And the original lure was just 4 inches long, because you cut down with the hacksaw, cut it across and get 4 lures across, 15 mil wide, put them on, and we nicknamed them One Day Wonders because that's all they lasted.
But Bumpa Bar lures have stood the test of time. Tim holds countless Australian records, including this magnificent trout.
and this amazing 45.2 kilo GT on 10 kilo gear, all with a humble bumper bar. I tell ya, there's bumper to bumper traffic out here today. This time they're tea leaf trevally.
Looks a bit heavier.
Yeah. Tea leaf.
Tea leaf trevally, beautiful. Well done.
The golden trevally also makes an appearance.
Lovely
That's a
golden.
goldie. Nice big goldie, eh? Oh yeah, big goldie. Look at that. Woo. And see how they feed. Much of their time spent like that. Up over the sand flats as well. A lot of places you can actually catch them up on the sand on fly as they're feeding on the shrimp and crabs and things over the flats. See you later, buddy. Woo.
Now, young Jake and CJ have stayed a bit quiet, but these two guys are pretty cluey when it comes to fishing. CJ even holds a couple of Australian records, but he's not big-headed.
It's just spending time with your parents and friends and stuff. It's not about winning trophies or anything. If you catch a big fish, you gotta know how to do it, otherwise you can go off and just snaps the line.
Hang on to him.
Too right, Jake. Luckily, this young mate knows how to handle the biggies, although he looks like he's about to go skiing out the back of the boat.
Come on, big fella, get him in there.
Oh,
And Tim's on as well.
It's a good fish. Tim's onto a brood of the thing over here. Tell you what, it's a lump of a fish. Hey?
Big gold spot trevally.
It's the biggest one off. Wow, that is a big fish. Hey, that's a big one. Well done. Big bumper bar.
Big bumper bar, big fish.
Yeah, big fish, big bumper bar. Good stuff. Here we go. Oh yeah, good work, boys. This is teamwork. Good stuff. Oh, you can't beat a day out on the water with some kids. And these young guys, well, they can fish. Awesome, look at that.
Good work.
Everyone will be happy with that one. Well done.
Still to come, a big GT comes crashing into our bumper bars.
Woohoo! Look at that, eh? What a ripper.
Now, I'm not just in Port Hinchinbrook for the trevally fishing. It happens to be the annual Big Fish Tournament, where competitors from around Australia and overseas chase everything from reef fish to big billfish.
7.02.
It's always a great atmosphere up here for the comp, and this year a record 170 anglers have entered. Bumper Bar Tim and his team usually scoop a few prizes too, but this afternoon...
Oh, he's on video. Get in. Get in. Oh, look at this, brother! I'm on this one, bro.
Too. But this afternoon, I'm taking him back out wide for our own challenge. We're trying bumper bars as poppers, skimming them across the surface to tempt the speedy pelagics. And we'll be targeting the coral bommies where the bait fish are schooling up. The trick here is to wind as fast as you can before the lure even hits the water. Once the lure's skimming across the surface, you can slow it down a bit.
Working around in tandem, just trying to keep the lure up. Oh, right up on the top, looks like a fleeing bait fish, skipping across the water.
Young Jake's acting as our spotter, and there's plenty to see.
Oh, there he is!
Come on!
Oh!
Oh! They got it!
Oh!
Talk about Strike City. This is sight fishing at its best. A fish finally takes hold and Tim lands a nice golden trevally.
A great Spanish rod.
Nice fish.
Then something bigger.
Woo! How good is that one? Woo! Gobbled that down, didn't he? Woo, gosh, he's goffed that down. So the bumper bars can be used as a popper, eh? This is a nice big gold spot trevally. Look at that, it's just inhaled it. Had this bumper bar, or these two bumper bars, the dual, the doubles put together, straight down his throat.
Just put him back in.
Yeah, throw him back in.
Oh! You see that?
Now this is what we're after. Feels like a GT and he's a horse. Fair fish.
Good fish, good fish.
Woohoo! Hey, well done, Skipper. What do you reckon, mate? How heavy?
About 13.
13 kilo?
Yep.
Look at that, eh? What a ripper. Beautiful bumper bar. Cast nice right up there amongst those bait schools. And we knew one of these guys would be lurking. Awesome fish. Woo!
Good stuff.
All right, big dark fella. Good stuff.
Okay.
Back at the big fish tournament, the game boats have also tapped into some winning catches. The final weigh-in for the Port Hinchinbrook Classic produces some beauties like this 18.5 kilo trevally. All up, there's $40,000 in cash plus prizes to be won. And that big trevally takes out a trophy.
Weighed in at 18.5 kilos, Mark Jackson.
And the champion billfish team goes to Manakai, who tagged 5 billfish over 3 days.
Glenn Morrison, Roger Barnett, $15,000.
Well, another terrific trip to Port Hinchinbrook. The big fish tournament was a huge success, and heading out wide, chasing those trevally with Bumper Bar Tim and the crew of New Moon, well, absolutely awesome. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I look forward to escaping with you somewhere on the water next week. See you then.